Hi, I'm Rob Word. Welcome to Word's Wayback. We've got Westerns for you tonight. In fact, you should be feeling really lucky. I know I am, because it's a Robert Mitchum, Hopalong Cassidy double feature. That means 2 films with Bob Mitchum, 2 Hoppy movies. He's a good guy in one and a bad guy in another. Hopalong Cassidy, of course, these were the greatest films in the B-Western genre. They were trio movies. That means there were 3 leads, the hero, Hoppy, and 2 sidekicks. Some of the other trio Westerns were the Three Musketeers, the Rangebusters, the Texas Rangers, but the best, perhaps the best B-Western series of all time, were the Hopalong Cassidy movies. And we've got 2 tonight that will thrill you. Of course, the Hoppies were shot mostly in Lone Pine, California, the beautiful, stunning Alabama hills. It's a great spot to be. And William Boyd, well, he wasn't the first choice for the literary hero to be put on screen. In 1935 with Hopalong Cassidy, that's right, he had a limp in that first film. And he lost it in the second film. The films tonight are Bar 20 from 1943. It's one of my very favorite ones, and Mitchum is terrific in this. Now, the sidekick for Hoppy is no longer Wendy Hayes. Gabby changed to Republic Pictures and became Roy Rogers' sidekick, among many others. And the sidekick in this is Andy Clyde, California Carlson. The third sidekick in these trio westerns was usually a juvenile romantic lead. In the first Hoppy films, it was James Ellison. He was replaced by Russell Hayden. And in this film, the romantic lead is Superman. That's right, George Reeves. George Reeves and Bob Mitchum both did several roles in the Hoppy movies, usually as a bad guy for the chief bad guy, Victor Jory. Well, Victor Jory is evil in this one, of course, but George Reeves and Bob Mitchum, they both have deeper characters. They get to show off a little bit more. In fact, in the climax of this film, George Reeves shows what a good horseman he was. I wish he'd done more Westerns. You know, our pal Jim Beaver, the actor, he's been working for decades on a biography about George Reeves. I can hardly wait for him to finish it. He can probably hardly wait, too, to finish it. But that should be soon, and we'll keep you informed when that is. Hoppy film number 2, also from 1943, is Riders of Deadline. And it stars William Boyd, California Carlson, Andy Clyde, and sidekick number 3, George Reeves, no more, but it is Will Rogers' son, Jimmy Rogers. Tell us what you think of him. Now, Bob Mitchum, this is his last Hoppy film. From this, he went on to star in his own films and become the cinema legend that we all know and love. It's great to see him in this film. There's a little scuffle that he has with William Boyd. Guess who wins in this one? Well, it's a Hoppy movie. So thanks for joining us. If you like it, let us know which you prefer. I know which one I like, but I like them both. These are solid Western films. They just don't make them like this anymore. And what's nice these days is they're running them a lot so that there's a new generation, younger, we hope, of fans who are going to like Westerns. For those of us my age, we grew up with them on television, and we love them. Let's start it right now, okay? Give us a comment, join our Patreon posse, and like us as well. If you're not a subscriber, oh my goodness, Hoppy's gonna come and get you. Right now, saddle up. Here we go for a Hopalong Cassidy, Robert Mitchum double feature.
Stevens herd.
Almost worth the ride just to look at it, isn't it, Hoppy?
Yeah, but it won't be worth the ride back to bar 20 unless we take some of them with us.
You know, Hoppy, I sometimes wish I was a cow.
Why?
Well, they always seem to be standing knee-deep in something to eat. Ha! Ha!
I don't get it.
No, you don't get... Come on.
Where's Rankin?
Throw down that trunk. Hold it.
Mark, don't resist them. They'll kill you.
No use chasing them in this kind of country.
Mark, are you hurt?
No, I'm all right. I'm just a little bit groggy. Say, things have been a lot worse if it hadn't been for those strangers.
Everybody all right?
Yes, I guess so. All right. We certainly want to thank you. My name's Mark Jackson.
I'm glad to know you. I'm Hopalong Cassidy.
How do you do?
This is Lynn Bradley and California
It's a
Carlson.
pleasure. Mr. Carlson, this is Mrs. Stevenson, her daughter.
How do you do?
We're very grateful to you.
Well, I was very glad.
Oh, my other eye. Oh, my other eye. Oh,
Oh, Tom. Tom, you're hurt.
oh, yes, ma'am. The gun got me.
Those outlaws.
Yeah. Oh, no, ma'am. This gun here got me when I was ducking down away from them, you see.
Oh, Tom.
Did you lose anything of value?
Just about $10,000 worth of jewels.
And my wedding dress.
I'm afraid we'll have to postpone the wedding.
Oh, well, if every couple had to wait for jewels and wedding gowns, there wouldn't be many marriages.
Well, you're mistaken. I'm not the bridegroom.
Oh,
He's waiting at the mission.
I'm just the best man, and my best hasn't been good enough. I better ride over to the mission and tell Richard.
All right. And Mark, we better go back to the ranch.
Sure. Glad to have met you.
all right. May we see you back home?
Well, that's awfully kind of you.
Right.
Tom, will you turn around, please?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see the jewels that stopped my wedding to a girl like that.
Now, you don't know Richard.
No, but if I did, I'd tell him the same thing.
See, the land was all he had left except the jewels. They were a heritage from his mother. He could have sold them for a lot of money.
Well, she doesn't look like the type of girl that money would make any difference to.
But it will to Richard. He's proud, very proud. In fact, I'm not so sure that he'd ask Marie to start life on a shoestring, knowing what she's had before. I'm sure of one thing, though. I don't relish telling him what's happened. Well, see you later.
Right.
Land of sunshine. Oranges as big as your head. It never rains, and yet the grass grows taller than the corn in Iowa.
Without rain?
Sure, in the nighttime, while the water just pops right up out of the ground. Every blade of grass is its own little fountain. You can see it shimmy, kind of flickery-dickery in the moonlight.
Well, I don't know much about the fountains, but you certainly have built a beautiful place here.
No, I do hope you'll stay to enjoy it.
Well, you're very kind. But as a matter of fact, our running into you the way we did was quite a coincidence.
Oh, really?
Yes, we were on our way here to your ranch to see if we could buy some of your prize cattle.
Oh, that's a difficult request to grant, Mr. Cassidy. We've never sold any of the cattle. The herd is all that Marie can call her own. And now that the jewels, Richard's wedding present to Marie, are stolen...
Well, maybe we can help you get the jewels back.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, from what you've told us of this outlaw Quirt, he seems to confine his raids pretty much to this valley.
That's true. His gang has a hideout in the mountains east of here. But no one's ever been able to run him down.
But he'll have a hard time getting rid of jewels. I should imagine he'd rather have cash.
But we couldn't raise enough cash to buy them back.
But that's where we come in. I'll give you $4,000 for 100 head of your cattle.
Oh, I don't think my future son-in-law would like that idea. But if you're right about Quirt, we may consider your offer.
Well, I hope we're right.
Richard,
Well, I got the first bride ever to leave me waiting on the church steps.
they took everything. Your mother's pearls and her brooch and everything.
Yes, I know. But they didn't get this. And that's all that matters.
Oh, Richard.
Marie, aren't you going to introduce your guests?
Oh, excuse me. Mr. Cassidy, Mr. Carlson, Mr. Bradley, my fiancé, Mr. Adams.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Howdy.
Gentlemen.
How do you do? Mr. Jackson?
Well, I'm glad someone gave Quirt an argument.
Richard was robbed this morning, too.
You were robbed.
Yes, on the way to the mission. There were 3 of them. It was the jewels they wanted, and they were pretty sure they'd get them, too.
Why do you say that?
Because there was a ransom note waiting for me at the mission when I got there. Quirt must have known that either Marie or I would be carrying the jewels.
A ransom note. Well, Mr. Cassidy was just saying that.
Yes? What was he saying?
I merely said that they'd probably rather have cash than jewels they couldn't dispose of. How much do they want?
$3,000 to be delivered to the Castle Rocks by the day after tomorrow.
Richard, we can raise the money. Mr. Cassidy has offered us $4,000 for 100 head of our cattle.
Well, that's very kind of Mr. Cassidy, but I don't want you to sell your cattle, Marie. I'll raise the money.
But, Richard, listen.
I'd like to talk to you alone. You'll excuse us?
Surely.
Excuse me.
Well, I didn't mean to start a quarrel.
Oh, nonsense. Richard has too much pride for his own good. He doesn't want to accept financial aid from a woman. But I think we can win him over. And now, gentlemen, if you'll excuse me, please.
Certainly.
Yes, ma'am.
I've got to ride into town, Mr. Cassidy, but I'd like you to see my ranch before you go.
Any time you say.
Fine, I'll come and get you tomorrow morning, early.
Right?
Well. What made that Cassidy so certain about the ransom?
Perhaps he's had experience with outlaws.
Yes, it looks that way. First he predicts a ransom note, and then he tries to buy your cattle so as you can pay off.
I don't believe Mr. Cassidy's an agent for Quirt.
Oh, no, the facts fit together much too neatly.
You're wrong, Richard.
Well, maybe I am, but I'm not going to let you sell any of your cattle. The jewels were mine, and I'll find the money to get them back.
How?
I'll sell some of my land.
Don't do that, please. We'll get 100 cattle back in a year's time, but land doesn't multiply.
I'll handle this matter.
Please don't be so stubborn, Richard.
Doggone it. Huh? Is this the life, huh?
Yeah.
Say, looks like she's telling him off.
Well, is that anything to grin about?
Oh, no, Hoppy. I wouldn't wish him any hard luck for the world.
No. Listen, Sonny. We came here to buy cattle, not to break up a romance.
Strong.
Well, there you are.
Certainly a lot of land.
Man needs breathing space to raise cattle in this country. Oh, by the way, I've been trying to buy some of those Stevens purebreds for a long time. If by any chance they sell you any, I'd give you a good profit for about 50 head of them.
Well, they won't be mine to sell.
Why not?
They belong to the Bar 20. That's the outfit we ride for in Arizona.
Oh. Well, the Stevens need money badly, so I hope it works out. But even if it does, I guess that won't solve Marie's problem. I think Richard would rather rob a bank than to ask her for any money.
Really?
All right, start reaching. Get the gun.
I'm sorry, but I forgot to bring my family jewels with me.
No, but you brought your wallet with you. Hand it over. leave that gent of his watch. All right, get down off your horse.
Hold it, Lynn. Can you imagine us walking into a trap like that? Hey, come back here and I'll orphan your children and widow your wives.
Did you lose much?
$4,000.
I'm afraid it was my fault for bringing you up here.
Ah, those things happen.
We don't think much of our guns. Their own either.
Wait a minute. What are these initials? R.A.
That's Adams' gun.
You mean Richard Adams?
Was he with him?
Of course not.
Well, you said yourself you'd rather rob a bank
He
than
must have sold the gun or lost it. I was only joking.
$4,000 is no joke.
Let's get back to the ranch. I want to see his face when we show him that
Now,
gun.
please don't fly off the handle. Wait until you know the facts before you condemn him.
Don't worry about it.
Thanks, Mr. Cassidy. Say, I went into San Bernardino and tell the sheriff you've been robbed.
Right. Get our horses.
Well, everything's settled, Marie. I'll have the money tomorrow morning.
Richard, I wish you wouldn't sell your land.
Well, the deal's all made. Now, don't you worry. I'll have your jewels and your wedding dress back.
Oh, Mr. Cassidy.
We didn't mean to intrude.
Don't be silly, you're not intruding. How was your ride?
A little expensive, I'm afraid.
We were held up.
By Quirt.
He picked us cleaner than a hound's tooth.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
We lost all our cattle money.
The money I hoped you could use for the ransom.
I've made arrangements for that ransom money already, Mr. Cassidy.
You don't say.
I thought I made myself clear.
Let's see you make yourself clear about that gun we found.
Yeah.
Why, Richard, that's yours.
Yes, the outlaws took that from me when they robbed me yesterday. Thanks.
I don't remember you saying anything about losing a gun.
I didn't think it important enough to mention till now.
Maybe from now on you better carry a gun without your initials on it. Excuse it.
Of course.
Well, they're actually trying to pin something on me
But why should
to
they?
cover their own tracks.
After all, they rescued Mother and me.
Yes, after the holdup. Why not if they can get 100 head of your prize cattle for it?
They offered a generous price for the cattle, Richard.
And then were robbed so that they couldn't meet the offer. You don't think they just happened to find this gun, do you?
I suppose you think you just happened to lose that gun.
Yeah, and Quirt just happened to find it, then happened to lose it again, where we happened to find it.
I just said maybe Jackson's right. Maybe it's too early to condemn Richard.
Jackson. No wonder he sticks up for Adams. He was going to be the best man at the wedding.
Yeah. Who else knew you were carrying that money, Hoppy?
Nobody. Except the best man. Awful out of hit, eh, boy?
Yeah, my jaw's still sore from where you boys clipped me. You know, you don't have to overplay your parts. Give me back my watch.
Well, we only took it to make the holdup look good.
I know. And now the cash.
All of it?
All of it. All $4,000 of it.
Hold on, Chief. Maybe we can't get rid of these things.
So we'll just take our share out of this.
You'll get the cash, but you'll get it from Richard Adams.
Adams ain't got a red cent.
He will have, because I'm going to give him this for a slice of his best land. And he'll simply give the money back to you as a ransom for those little trinkets. You'll get the cash, I'll have the land, and Adams will get his jewels back. Fair enough?
Yeah, nice little wedding present for the boy.
Whenever a man's land poor, I'm always willing to take the burden off his hands.
What's the matter with you?
Well, I was just trying to figure who's the loser in the deal.
Cassidy.
Are you sure?
Well, we'll be seeing you.
Yep. Bye, boys.
What's the idea? Molly just likes my music, that's all. Sure, she likes anything that ain't work. Come on, let's go. Think you're smart, eh? Get out of there. That there's drinking water. Now listen, there's no use you hiding. I've seen you fall in there. Look, these folks is gonna... Get me out of here. Just hang on now, California. I'll have you out there. Shake of a dead... Wait just a minute. You sell that darn mule for Nick. Oh. Don't drink too much of it. It'll swell you all up. Well, I ain't drinking it. And I ain't fishing neither. Get me up. Come on, Tom. Come on. Come on. Be a good fella. That's the boy. Now, what are you doing? That's... Doggone you, Molly, you cut it out now. Molly's fault, California. I'll have you out there in a jiffy. You'll drown me to death, sure as you're born. Just take her easy. Say, doggone it, California. This is getting too hard. I gotta get somebody to come and help me. You wait till I get back. Now, stay there. No, don't go away, else. Don't go away. You darn idiot. Hi, Molly. Hey, Molly, just give me a... No. I'll get out of this thing if it takes me a week. Adam. What a jumper. What have I got to laugh about?
Look, Richard, why do you have to put it on a business basis? Why won't you just accept the money as a sort of a friendly loan, huh?
You know I don't do business that way. I won't accept the money without giving you security.
All right, as long as you insist.
Here. Here's the grant deed to 600 acres.
Thank you. There's your 3,000.
Thanks, Mark. When I get the jewels, I'll sell them and use part of the money to buy back this land. You know, it's the best acreage I have on the ranch.
You can have it back any time you want it. You know that. Sure you don't want me to go along?
No. Quirt said that the deal would be off if I brought anyone with me.
All right. Good luck to you. Anytime I can do anything else for you, don't you hesitate to call on me.
Thank you.
Hey, quit talking and pull me up. What? $100. Doggone. Silly old buzzard. I've seen kids throw themselves down a well, but never a grown-up man. We got to darn her out there. Hang on, that's the stuff. Uh-oh, I'm whirligigging. Hey, Tom! Tom! Woo! I'm getting dizzy. Oh, Tom! Tom! Look at me! Whoa! All right, California? Hopefully.
Well, I knew there were frogs in this well, but I never expected to find one as big as you.
I never expected to see a fellow throw $100 bills down a well.
Oh, thanks. Come on, Tom. I'd like to talk to you.
Yeah, sure.
Did you notice that yellowback? That was one of Hoppy's bills.
It was.
I'm sure of it. Was crisp and new, and you don't see yellowbacks like that around very often.
Why, the ornery thief. Come on, let's stand him in his head and shake them bills out of his pants.
Not yet. We better get Hoppy.
Yeah, we better.
Now, you find him. I want to talk to Marie.
Yeah.
Hello there.
Oh, hello, Marie.
Have some?
Yes, thanks. Marie,
Yes.
do you mind if I ask you a question? It's kind of a personal one.
Not if you don't mind my not answering it. If it's too personal.
Well, how long have you known Richard Adams?
Oh, ever since I was so high.
Oh, you know him pretty well then.
Very well. Why?
Well, have you been in love with him ever since?
Since I was so high. Only I didn't know him so very well then.
Well, I've got something pretty terrible to tell you.
Something terrible?
Yes, I thought it'd only be fair to warn you.
Warn me? Against what?
Against Richard. I'm convinced he's connected with Quirt.
Well, perhaps I should warn you that Richard is convinced you're an outlaw.
He thinks I'm an outlaw.
Could you tell who was with Adams?
No, I couldn't tell who it was, Hoppy. Man's voice sounds mighty queer from the bottom of a well.
I imagine it would.
It did.
What makes you so sure it was my money, though?
Well, people don't use folding money in this part of the country, Hoppy. You know that. They use hard money, gold and silver. Besides, Lynn recognized them yellowbacks.
That's right, Hoppy. We got him red-handed.
Yeah? Well, what do you aim to do about it?
Oh, shake him down and turn him in. He's the brains behind Quirt's gang.
Wait a minute. Looks like the brains was in a hurry to join the body.
Well, I'm trailing him.
Me too.
Wait a minute. Have you any objections to my coming along? He isn't wasting any time.
No, neither am I.
Get down off that horse.
Just wait a minute. There he is, chinning and smirking with his pal.
Might be paying the ransom.
I doubt it. Even if he is, it's your money.
It was.
Oh, no, I won't. You'll get the money when I get the jewels.
All right.
Wait here.
Let's see where he's going.
Me. I've got a date with that two-faced bridegroom.
All right, but don't start any fireworks. You come with me.
All right, Mr. Adams, reach.
So, you come out in the open, have you?
Never mind about that. Just give me the $4,000.
You'll get $3,000 when you complete your part of the bargain.
Bargain? I don't know what you're talking about. Just give me that money. On your feet. Hey, get up on that horse.
Thanks, Mr. Bradley.
Well, thank me. If it wasn't for Marie, I wouldn't be such a chump. Get going.
Get that jewel case. Boys, the boss wasn't kidding. Young Adams is here with the cash to pay off.
What about the stuff in that trunk?
Oh, keep that for your hope, Chester. I'll take this for mine.
I'll take a souvenir.
Wait a minute. Now, there's enough for all of us. Relax, gentlemen. Get my guns, California. I'll take care of that. Get over there. California. Get that trunk out here and see if there's anything left in it. Yours.
Are you all right? Yeah. Let's get out of here. So the hightailed it, eh? Just when I was getting all warmed up. Will I go after him, Hoppy?
No, let him go. We got this one. He's the one we want.
Hey, Hoppy, I got the jewels, and I got the money, too.
The money? You mean you took the money from Adams?
Yep, and I sent him home a-flying.
No, come, you let him go.
Marie loves him. If you want to send him to jail, go ahead.
I'm afraid you pulled a boner this time, Lynn. I just wanted to have a talk with him. What about it, Quirt? Is Jackson back of this?
You won't live long enough to find out. If we didn't outnumber you 3-1, I'd knock out your teeth and hammer 'em back into your head.
Bloodthirsty pair, aren't they? All right, we'll take him back to the ranch. He'll talk before he gets a rope around his neck.
Was bloodthirsty. Pretty. Because of the wedding, the jewels was lost. Because of the jewels, the money was lost. Because of the money, the romance was lost. It's all gone with a mess.
They've got Quirt.
What are we going to do?
Plenty. You all take the cutoff and pick up some guns. I'll meet you at the lookout rocks.
What about the chief?
He'll be there. Get moving.
Tom, I told you to follow them if they trailed me.
Oh, well, shucks, I ain't got 4 hands. I can't steer if I play the music, and if I don't play the music, she won't move.
Now, never mind that. Those Arizona bandits double-crossed me. They took the money and kept the jewels.
Oh, my goodness. You mean Lynn in California?
Yes, they're the brains behind Quirt's gang.
Well, I'll be doggone.
Now, look, you ride over to the West Range, pick up Jim and Lefty, and meet me at the ranch. We're going hunting. Now, hurry.
Oh, my goodness. Poor little Molly. A mule with a heart of gold. And such a black-hearted boss. Well, Molly, come on, let's go. Oh, well. Hey! Hey!
Try that again, you're liable to get hurt. You know, it might be better for you later on if you turn to state's evidence now.
You robbed us of $4,000. Adams only had $3,000. What'd you do with the rest of it?
I don't know.
What'd you do with the other 1,000?
I never kept a red cent of that money.
Oh, well, if Adams only had $3,000, Jackson certainly gave you a jipping.
Why, that dirty
Then
double
you did hand my money over to Jackson to give to Adams, huh?
I didn't say that.
You didn't need to. It's written all over you. Come on, get out of here.
What happened? Everything. What's wrong? Cassidy and his men stormed us. They got Quirt and the jewels, but the rest of our men got away. Our boys will be here in a minute with some guns.
Where's Adams?
He took no part in it. Adams brought the ransom money, wanted to pay off, but Cassidy broke up the deal.
Well, things could be worse. They haven't got any real evidence against me. Adams and Cassidy suspect each other.
Yeah, they still got Quirt. And you know he can't keep his mouth shut. He'll talk if they ask any questions.
You know, Slash, I don't think Quirt's of much use to us anymore.
No. I've been thinking the same thing.
Take it. You think you can hit him from here?
He won't even yell.
Keep quiet. Get down. All right, Slash.
Double-crossers!
Hold your lid. Quick, they want. Make a break for it.
You only winged him.
No, I hit him twice, solid.
He never fell.
He must be tied to that saddle. I know when I hit a man. 10 to 1, he's dead already.
He better be. I've got to make sure. I'll ride over to Stevens Ranch. You wait here. If he's still alive, I'll come back and give you a signal. And it'll be up to you to finish him.
We'll be watching for you.
Hey, Richard! Hey, Richard, wait a minute. Hey, they're coming. I just seen Cassidy and his partners coming down the road there with Quirt. And they're headed right straight for this ranch.
Well, we'll give them a warm reception. And you leave that musical mule here.
Yeah, come on. Okay, come on.
Oh, give me a hand here. Get him off. Good. Here, give him some water.
No, it's no use. I'm finished. Get the chief.
Who is it?
Jackson's behind the whole thing.
Was Adams in cahoots with Jackson?
No, it's all Jackson. Double-crossed everybody. And he had me shot. I hope you get him, Cassidy.
We'll do our best, Quirt.
That's good enough for me.
You can put your gun away. Quirt can't hurt you anymore.
Yeah, so I see. Thanks for saving us a long ride.
Too bad you didn't get here sooner. Quirt just made a very interesting confession.
I'm sure he did. Now that you've shot him, why, he can't squeal on you, can he?
What are you talking about? We didn't kill him.
But he was ambushed by his own gang.
Yeah, and you told us your friend Jackson was the head man.
Now, you'll have to reach further and do better than that for an alibi.
Why don't you grow up? Any 5-year-old can tell he's the guilty one.
A child could see that your mistake was in killing Quirt. You were only thieves before, now you have a murder charge and a noose hanging over your heads.
The little time we can prove we had nothing to do with this man's death.
You'll get plenty of time. In jail. Come on, get on your horses. All right, get down. Tom, search the saddlebags.
Yes, sir.
One in the house.
Why, Richard, what has happened?
These men killed Quirt.
Oh, why, it's unbelievable.
Well, they did it to save their own faces.
Yeah, say, wait a minute. Here's the jewels, all right.
They seem to be all here, but what's happened to the trunk with my wedding dress?
That must have been the trunk at Quirt's hideout. There was some, fluffy, lacy things there. In fact, brought these for you. The rest of the things are left there.
Now, Mr. Adams, so long as you still think we're guilty, I wish you'd answer one question.
Sure, why not?
We had the jewels and the money. Now, if we were guilty, why do you think we rode back here and gave ourselves up without a fight?
The bolder the outlaw, the more brazen his actions. You probably thought there was something else you could get. You might have had many reasons for coming back.
We came back to give the jewels to Marie, and that's all.
And no doubt to return the money you went to such trouble in stealing from me.
No, only to ask you where you got the money.
Where do you think he'd get it? He sold some of his land for half what it's worth. Then you robbed him of the ransom money.
And may I ask who he sold the land to?
Mark Jackson.
Don't you see what he's trying to do? He's using us one against the other to get more land, along with your jewels and my money.
Oh, no. Quirt got the jewels and Bradley got the money.
Hey, here's the money, and by golly, it's all there. $3,000.
Wait, it's not all there, Hoppy. What
Just
about...
a minute, Lynn.
Well, Mr. Cassidy, any more theories?
This is not theory, Mrs. Stevens. It's facts. Before we left Arizona, I went to the bank in Flagstaff and got $4,000 in gold-backed notes. They were all new bills. I recorded all the serial numbers. These are the same bills stolen from me and given to you by Jackson.
That proves nothing. You could have had those serial numbers recorded today.
Yes, but Jackson still has $1,000 of the money. Now, how would we know the serial numbers on his bills?
Well, Mark will be here in a few minutes. I'm sure he'll be amused to be searched for his own money.
I hardly think he'd be stupid enough to carry the money around with him. Besides, I don't want him to know that anyone suspects him.
Why?
Because he had Quirt killed before he could tell what he knew about him.
Well, unfortunately, Quirt's not alive to bear you out.
But if Jackson thought Quirt was still alive, he'd try to kill him again.
What are you getting at?
Suppose you tell Jackson that Quirt is still alive but unconscious, and that he's sworn to turn state's evidence.
You're out of your mind. Jackson knows a dead man when he sees one.
Maybe so. But suppose you put me in a cart and tell him it's Quirt, and that you're taking him into town for confession.
Well, you can't do that, Hoppy. They'll kill you.
Well, they'll probably try to, but I'm willing to take that chance to prove that Jackson is guilty.
Well, I see no reason for deceiving the man who's proved himself to be my best friend.
What can you lose by giving them a chance?
If nothing happens, you can turn us over to the sheriff in San Bernardino.
Well, it seems a pretty gruesome kind of a joke.
It's not much of a joke for 3 men to have ropes put around their necks for something they didn't do.
Please, Richard, I think you ought to let them try it.
Well, all right, Marie, but I'll have no part in setting this trap. I believe in Mark Jackson.
What do you want me to do?
Well, when Jackson does get here, tell him that you captured the 3 of us, but that I got away.
All right, boys, tie yourselves up. Mark will never forgive me for this kind of a trick.
You'll never forgive yourself if you send innocent men to the gallows.
I'm worried.
What are you worried about?
What chance have we got when the shooting starts?
We'll have as good a chance as Quirt had.
Sure. Look what happened to him. A man that would get himself killed to prove a point with a mule beat for stubbornness. Say, listen, California, talking about mules, what about Molly? What about her? Well, you ain't going to have any use for her where you're going. I'd like to buy her from you. You'll get her over my dead body. Oh, well, that's awful nice of you, California. Thanks. I'll take good care of her, too. Huh? All right, come on. Oh. Yeah. Oh.
Whoa, whoa! Better get down, Hoppy. Here comes Jackson.
Won't be long now. Hello, Richard, Marie. What is it? What's happening?
Richard caught these outlaws. They had the money and the jewels on them.
Hope she's giving him the right line.
Doggone it, no matter what line she gives him. We're still the bait.
Yeah.
Well, where's Cassidy?
He escaped, but we got his partners. And Quirt, too.
Quirt?
Yes, Rich is taking them into town. He wants to make a statement to the sheriff there.
Why?
Well, it seems as though someone tried to kill him.
Probably Cassidy.
Yes, that's my theory.
Anyway, Quirt wants to get even.
Is he badly wounded?
He's unconscious from loss of blood, but he'll recover. He wants revenge too much to die now.
And to think I trusted them. I think it might be better if we try... Why are you so gloomy? You're sitting pretty. You've got the money and Quirt, too.
Well, I'm a little worried about Cassidy.
Oh. You think he might try to kill Quirt before you get him in town, huh?
Well, yes.
There's something to that. I'll ride on ahead and look for signs of ambush.
Well, that's a good idea.
Hoppy, Jackson's riding away.
How could you tell him such lies, Marie?
Because I'm sure now that Mark Jackson has been lying to us all along. And I'm just as certain that Mr. Cassidy, who saved our lives and property, is our best friend.
Well, I'm still not so sure. Look, Marie, there might be a little trouble up ahead. I think you'd better ride back to the ranch.
No, I want to go with you.
No, you'd better go back now, please.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Hey, Adam, how about giving us back our gun?
You'll get your guns back if there's any trouble. Come on.
You think Jackson will be back?
Yeah, with his gang. You don't expect him to shoot Hoppy himself, do you?
Hey, what are you two fellas trying to do? Hurry me out of this world?
There's the boss.
What's he waving about?
Something must be wrong. He's pointing to Rock Canyon. He wants us to go there.
Maybe we're still alive.
light. Get past Rock Canyon, we'll be safe.
Good.
There they are.
I guess he couldn't find this gang. Don't be too early. We still might all get hung.
They've got Quirt in the wagon, all right.
What's our next move?
I'm gonna finish him off. I mean finish. Go in there and keep them busy, but be careful of the boss.
Here they come.
Adam, give us our guns. Come on, quick.
Mark, go back and get the prisoners their guns.
Come on, boy. Come back, you horse thief. Go get him, Hoppy. Hey. Come. Oh, I mean, get out. Oh, yeah, wait a minute. Don't pay no attention to me. I don't know what I'm doing. Untie me. You ain't tied. I ain't tied. I ain't. So I ain't. Give me a gun. Gun? You have my gun. Oh, shucks. The fellow's got it down the road there. Get in. Go get it. Hurry up. Huh? Oh, I don't want it. I'll put it back. Yeah, no, you put it up here. All right, you ready? Don't get up there. Come on, man. Huh? I ain't in yet.
Nice work, boys. All right, come on. Line up and get out.
Sheriff in San Bernardino will be glad to see you. And I'm glad to see this. Come on.
Bye, Marie.
Goodbye, Len.
So long, Richard.
Goodbye.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I know you're going to be very happy.
We'll never be able to thank you for all you've done for us, Mr. Cassidy.
That's quite all right, Mrs. Adams. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, Mr. Cassidy, the men are holding the cattle for you at the Stevens Rocks.
Thank you.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. Goodbye.
Bye.
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 You're right with you. Yeah, Chuck ain't got enough heft, you know, California. You ain't no bigger than a bar of soap after a hard day's washing. Try that. Hey, now, wait a minute here. I've got an idea. Now, never mind that. You get back on your horse there, California, and I'll hand this here banjo up to you. And I'll show you a way to get him out of here. Now, just do a little strumming on that, will you? Goodbye, Molly. Goodbye. So, California, take good care of Molly, will you? Ranger's coming. Take it easy. Rangers, huh?
Yeah, and it's Hopalong Cassidy and his two sidekicks.
Cassidy. Your friend, huh?
Yeah, I owe him plenty. I wonder what they want.
It's always wise to wait and see. He's here, all right. There's his horse.
Let's go on and get him.
Howdy, Rangers.
Howdy.
Come to look over our happy little family?
Yeah. Looks like some of them left in a hurry.
Maybe the smell drove them away.
Oh, hello, Drago. They let you out of jail, huh?
Yes, and I've got you to thank for putting me there.
Lay off, Drago.
That's good advice. Where's Tim Mason?
Your guess is as good as mine. I haven't seen him.
I suppose his horse walked up and tied itself to your hitch rack, all by its lonesome.
Maybe you better keep your eyes on him while I have a look in the back room. Tim. Hey.
Oh, hello, Hoppy.
At it again, huh?
I've lost so much money here. I was just trying to win some of it back.
Didn't do yourself much good, did you?
No. I lost again.
Yeah, and you'll keep right on losing as long as you gamble with Madigan. Come on, Tim. Your sister's been worried about you. There you are. Someday I'm going to do a final cleanup job around here.
If you're referring to that card game in there, the kid came here and asked for it.
With all the trimmings?
It's on the level, if that's what you mean.
That's just what I mean.
You can't prove it's anything else.
Maybe I can't. You're pretty fast with the card, but sometime I'll catch you at one of your hidden talents.
What do you mean by that?
Figure it out for yourself.
What did he mean with that hidden talent crack?
I'm no mind reader.
Why don't you let me blast?
Not here. Those Rangers have been nosing around too much already.
Dardo!
Yes, ma'am?
Here they come.
Coming? Well, let them come. Everything's shipshape out in the galley. I've got signal biscuits for burning with. Here he is, safe and sound and winning and winning.
Tim. Don't worry, I thought something had happened.
I wish you'd stop fretting about me, sis. I can take care of myself.
Change. I smell something cooking, and it ain't canned beans.
What do you suppose it is?
What I suppose?
What's the matter with you? You got fleas?
Fleas? No, darn it. Can't you see I'm just trying to imitate one of them barnyard flappers?
Your imitation's laying an egg.
That's right. You guessed it. Laying an egg. Turn plumb ignorant. No education.
Wow, looks like a surprise.
It is, and for you, Mr. Ranger.
Mr. Ranger, you mean my appointment came through?
Yeah, finally.
Isn't it wonderful, Tim? I can hardly believe it.
Oh, gosh, that's great.
Smells good, don't it? Come in.
Well, seems to me the occasion calls for a few well-chosen words. So forth, etc. and etc.
Well, go easy in the so forth. Time is valuable.
Well, all I can say is I'll do my best to be a good ranger.
I know you will, Tim.
Well, excuse me, Miss Sue. Here, next here, young fella.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. You're welcome. There you are, young fella. Take that for you.
Thanks, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Very good. What's the matter, California, you're not eating. I thought chicken was your favorite dish.
Used to be, Hoppy.
Well, I guess I better go get my duds together.
That's a good idea, and you can ride in with us and report to Captain Jennings.
Hoppy, you don't know how grateful I am to you.
Thanks, Sue, but California and Jimmy were a big help, too. We all pounded at Captain Jennings till we convinced him the Rangers couldn't get along without Tim.
This appointment was just what Tim needed. It'll be the making of him.
Yeah, and he'll be kept plenty busy. These border hoppers operating around here are certainly not amateurs.
So I've heard.
Gunner, you and your men have fallen down on your shipments. We haven't moved any goods in a week. What slowed you up?
Well, you can have it all in one chunk, Crandall. It's Cassidy. Why, that guy's got eyes in every part of his head. And he's just busting with hunches, all bad for us.
I think I have the solution.
What's that?
Tim Mason.
Tim Mason?
He's the answer to our problem.
How?
If we were to operate out of the Mason Ranch, it would simplify matters quite a bit, wouldn't it?
Would it? Why, the boundaries of that spread go right up to the border. We could push over our shipments from there.
So I figured. That's why I made young Mason that loan on his property.
Oh. You give it out and I pick it up at my end. Nice teamwork.
And since the note is due today, and you were good enough to relieve him of the means of meeting it, we're ready for the squeeze play.
Yeah. Right off his ranch.
Come in.
Tim Mason's outside to see you, Mr. Crandall.
Show him in. All right. Get out of sight, Gunner. Come in, my boy. Come in. I'm glad to see you. Have a seat. I presume you're here to take care of your note. Well, that's the way I like to see young men do business. Punctual, always on the dot. Always follow that policy, my boy, and you lay the cornerstone to future success.
But I haven't the money to pay that note.
You haven't? Why not?
Well, you see, Mr. Crandall, I didn't use the money that I borrowed from you to restock our ranch. I gambled it away.
Gambled it away? Why, I can't believe it. Indulging in such unrighteous pastime.
Mr. Crandall, you've got to give me more time. If you don't, it means about the end of everything for me. You see, my appointment to the Rangers came today, and I want to join up with a clean slate. Please, Mr. Crandall, I'll turn over my Ranger's salary to you. I'll pay back every cent.
My boy, you deserve a lesson. But I'm always the last one who'd want to injure a young man's career.
Then you'll help me?
Well, I really shouldn't. It's violating the trust of my stockholders. But I'll see you through it.
You won't be sorry, Mr. Crandall. Thanks 1,000. Thanks again, sir.
It's all right, my boy.
I don't get you, Crandall. I thought you were going to clamp down on him and take his ranch.
The Ranger situation changed my mind.
Well, I guess you know what you're doing.
I thought it might be a good idea to have a lawman taking orders from us.
And I do therefore solemnly swear that I, Tim Mason,
And I do therefore solemnly swear that I, Tim Mason,
will faithfully and impartially perform all the duties incumbent on me as a ranger. This emblem of office symbolizes a fine tradition. Never let it down.
You can depend on me, sir.
And remember, Tim, as a ranger, you have grave responsibilities. One of the most important is to prevent smuggling and to see that everyone who crosses the border does so at legal points of entry.
I won't forget, sir.
I know you won't.
I'm so proud of you, Tim.
Thanks, sis.
Howdy, Ranger.
Thank you.
Good luck, Tim. Plenty of safe hunting.
California. Congratulations, Tim. Thanks, Jimmy.
Well, I see you got my message.
Gunner, I've played the fool, but that's all over and done with now. We're quits for good.
No, we're not.
My note at the bank. How did you get it?
Just a little business deal I made with Crandall. You know, you can't blame a banker for wanting to protect his stockholders by liquidating a bad loan.
What do you got up your sleeve?
Just a little matter of coming to a mutual understanding.
Yeah, about what?
It's easy. All you have to do is keep away from the border crossing.
Simple as that, eh?
Simple as that.
Look, Madigan, I made some promises when I accepted this ranger badge, and I intend to keep them.
Well, which is going to be easier? Breaking those promises or seeing your sister put off your ranch? I understand you think a lot of her. Isn't that right? Well, just you play along, and in time, we'll tear up the note. What do you say?
I don't suppose there's any chance of asking you for a break.
Not a chance. Smart kid. You're playing it right.
Everything all right? Yeah, but hurry it up, will you? It's all right, boys. Take this stuff first. Hurry it up. All right, come on, come on. How about dropping past the border crossing and saying hello to Tim?
That's a good idea. It's the first time he's been on patrol. He might be a little lonesome.
kid. I'll go ahead and see if everything's all right. Okay, Ranger?
No, you're not gonna cross.
But Governor said...
I don't care what he said. You're turning back.
Well, all right. It's all right. Come on.
Wonder where Tim is?
He isn't making a very good start, being absent from his post on his first day of duty. You don't need to worry about Tim falling down on the job. He's around here someplace.
You fellas stay here. We'll ride ahead and see that there's no more funny business.
Got him? Yeah.
Looks like you had better luck than we did. Our three made the border.
Yeah?
They just double-crossed me. They said the ranger was paid off.
So that's why Ranger Mason wasn't there. Come on, let's get back to the station.
Whoa.
Jimmy, take care of Tom now. happened, Tim? Why'd you leave your post? Come on, this is serious. Talk fast.
Don't ask me anything, Hoppy. I can't tell you.
Don't you understand I'm trying to help you? But I can't do anything for you if you won't talk.
Mason, the captain wants to see you at once.
Ranger Mason, since you refuse to defend yourself, I have no alternative but to prefer charges against you.
Why don't he talk? He's clamping the handcuffs in his own wrists.
He sure is.
Very well. You'll be removed to Ranger headquarters at Austin for trial. In the meantime, you'll be lodged in the town jail.
I'm not going to jail yet. I got something to take care of.
Put that gun away, Tim, before you make matters any worse.
Stay where you are, Hoppy. I'm getting out of here, and you're not stopping me.
Let me go. Let me go. I'm going to get him.
Tim.
Cassidy, turn him over to Sheriff Gilchrist pending his removal. Get him out.
Come on.
Hoppy, what could have happened?
I don't know. Tim wouldn't tell me a thing, and so far guesswork hasn't done me any good.
If he don't do some talking, he's as good as convicted right now.
Tim couldn't have done anything wrong. I know he's innocent.
I feel the same way about it, Sue. But his refusal to speak is the same as admitting he's guilty.
But he must be made to talk. Perhaps he'll listen to me.
I doubt it. He especially asked me to keep you away. I guess he doesn't want to face you. I'll go in and have another try.
I'm going with you.
I don't think you better, Sue. You can take my word for it. Tim will never be brought to trial. I'll see to that. You two boys better get out on patrol. You're a little late now.
All right, Hoppy.
Don't you worry about a thing, Sue.
Let's go, Jimmy.
I'm going into town to see Tim.
But Hoppy said
I don't care. I'm going.
Well, if you're set on going, we'll ride in with you.
Hi, Sheriff.
How are you, Ranger?
I'd like to have a talk with Mason.
Sure. Go right on in.
Thanks. Tim, won't you please talk before it's too late?
Hoppy, you can't help me. You only get yourself all messed up in it.
Maybe I'm the best judge of that. Who were you out to get when you pulled that gun in the captain's office?
There's only one person that's going to take care of him. That's me.
But you can't do yourself much good while you're here in jail.
Did you get anywhere with him?
No.
Got some good news for you, Mason. Don't know what it's all about, but I just received orders to release you.
Release me?
Yeah. Well, Mason.
was him or me. I had to shoot first.
Tim Mason, something's happened to him.
Tim! Tim!
How'd this gun get here?
I was just going to ask you the same question. You were the last person that was in here.
You gave Tim that gun to help him get away.
Well, I had nothing to do with it.
It was you. You planned his escape. That's what you meant when you said you would help him.
Well, Sue, that wasn't my intention.
That's why you promised me Tim would never be brought to trial. He might have been able to clear himself, but he listened to you. Now he's gone.
It's your belief, then, that Cassidy gave Tim Mason this gun?
He was the only one that saw him all day.
That's all. Miss Mason, who was present in your living room when Cassidy remarked that he'd see to it that your brother never went to trial?
California Carlson and Jimmy Rogers.
Carlson? Were you present when this statement was made?
Well, you know, Captain, I get the funniest spells of late. There's times when my brain's just a blank. I just don't remember a doggone thing.
Then perhaps a few weeks in jail might help you snap out of it.
Go ahead, California. It's all right.
Yeah, I heard it.
And you, Rogers?
The same goes for me, sir.
Cassidy, you admit this statement?
Yes, I do. But it had nothing to do with any plan of escape. I merely meant that I was going to try to help the boy clear himself.
I'd like to believe that. But everything seems to point to the fact that you were implicated in Mason's attempt to escape and its consequences.
I have nothing more to say.
Then in view of this and for the good of the service, I order you suspended from active duty for 30 days. That's all.
Where are you going, Hoppy?
What do you care? The Ranger Service. $40 a month and free taps when you die. It's all yours. You can have it. And this Captain Jennings we're supposed to respect. I'd have gotten a better deal from any sidewinding half-breed in the country.
Kind of sneaky, isn't it, talking about a man when his back is turned?
Well, your back isn't turned now.
We'll just make that suspension permanent.
That's all right with me.
And then after that, he hit Captain Jennings. And they kicked him out of the Ranger Service for good.
Looks like we're covered completely. Everything came off even better than I expected.
Give me a drink.
We don't serve Rangers.
I asked for a drink.
Put it back.
Seems to me you're always sticking your 2 bits worth in where it isn't wanted.
Take it easy, boys. Guess you haven't heard. Cassidy's not with the Rangers anymore. How about coming in and having a little drink with me, huh? Come on. You sure piled it on for yourself when you slugged that captain.
Ah, you had it coming to him. And more, too.
You'll have to do a lot of bootlicking to get back into the service, won't you?
I don't want back. I've had enough law herding.
What are you figuring on doing now?
Oh, I don't know. I might find an easier way of making a living.
Maybe we can have a little talk later, Cassidy. Here. Make yourself at home. I'll be right back.
Tim told me nothing about this note.
He didn't? That's strange. He gave me to understand he wanted the money to restock the place.
Mr. Crandall, I don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't the money to pay this.
There, there. Now, don't let yourself go. You've been through enough already. Miss Mason, of course you understand that I must protect the bank's funds. Ordinarily, my plan would be to foreclose. But in view of the high esteem I held your brother and my regard for you, I believe a kindlier solution can be arrived at. Some sort of an arrangement can be made whereby the bank will take over your property and work it until the indebtedness is paid. I'll provide the men for the coming roundup. By the way, there's a large barn located in the rear of your ranch, isn't there?
Yes.
Well, that would come in mighty handy to store supplies, providing, of course, that you have no objection to us using it.
Of course not.
Now, Miss Mason, don't you worry about a thing. Just leave everything to me.
Mr. Crandall, I'm very grateful to you.
Miss Mason, I've always been a firm believer in the golden rule.
How do you do it, Crandall? You almost had me weeping.
Think it worked?
Sure. Letting that girl stay on the ranch gives us a swell front. But isn't it risky?
I don't think so. As long as she's there, the Rangers won't come snooping around.
Well, maybe you're right.
The Rangers are taking that wagon load of stuff they grabbed from us down to Austin in the morning.
That's going to represent quite a loss to us, isn't it?
Not if we get it back, it won't. Come on.
Goodbye, everybody. There ain't no justice in this world, so I'm just gonna cash in.
So what are you doing?
What am I doing? Ain't you got eyes? I'm hanging myself.
What's the matter? You tired of living?
Oh, after what Hoppy went and done, Jimmy, I'm just plumb disgusted of living.
Oh, I don't blame you. I feel the same way myself.
Of course, I could cut my throat, but that's awful messy, Jimmy. I could drown myself, but I never could stand water.
Well, if that's the case, I'd go right ahead with what you're doing.
Yeah. Say, do you think Hoppy's going to be sorry when he hears about this?
Well, he ought to be.
Well, now, if you think he won't be, Jimmy, I could call the whole idea off.
Oh, I think it'll just rip Hoppy wide open.
Will I? Well, of course, in that case, there ain't nothing else to do but do it.
No, here, let me give you a hand.
Oh, wait a minute, Jimmy, wait a minute. There ain't no hurry about this thing. You think this is going to hurt? Much?
Oh, I don't think you'll ever know what struck you.
True enough. Well...
Say, do you have any last wish or anything before you go?
Last wish? Yeah, I have, Jimmy. Right now, Jimmy, I'm legally leaving you everything I own. Where? There's my lucky rabbit switch.
Oh, thanks.
There's my dice.
Say, are they loaded?
Loaded?
Well, this will give me something to remember you by. Pleasant journey, California.
Loaded. Pleasant journey? Say, if I... Jimmy! Jimmy! I'm seeing angels!
Oh, all you'll ever see are those little guys pitchforks rolling around. And besides that, you ain't even dead yet.
I ain't?
No.
So I ain't. Give me back my dice. And they ain't loaded. You want to shoot a nickel?
No.
Cassidy, when we admit a new member in our family, it's customary for him to prove up.
That's all right with me. What have you got on your mind?
That load of stuff you took from us, I want it back.
Want me to get it alone?
Sure. You know your way around down there.
I certainly do.
Well, we might as well turn in.
Yeah, just as soon as I take a look around, Jimmy.
You know, we got a big day ahead of us tomorrow, getting that wagon down to headquarters.
I'll be right back.
Good night.
Come to think of it, that's a pretty big one-man job. You better go down and help him out. Cassidy.
Ned, you and the men get going with the wagon.
Hex, you stick with me.
What happened, California?
What's the matter here? What happened?
Cassidy, what are you doing here?
He and some men raided the post and got away the wagon.
Bring him to my office.
Jimmy, you shouldn't have stopped me that day at the tree.
Yeah, I guess not. Here, use this.
Doggone you.
Get your horses, see if you can catch that wagon. Stand guard outside, Kelton.
Yes, sir.
How are you, Hoppy? I've been waiting to hear from you. I didn't think you'd bust in on me this way, though.
Wasn't my idea. It was Madigan's. He wanted that contraband back.
Madigan, eh? So he's mixed up in it.
Yeah. He handles the stuff at his end. But the Mr. Big of the outfit is somebody right here in town.
Who is it?
I don't know yet. But I'm pretty sure he's the one behind Tim's death.
So you're still convinced he wasn't shot trying to get away, huh?
Oh, more than ever. I think the boy was killed to keep him from talking.
Doesn't that point to his possible connection with the gun runners?
That wasn't Tim's style. I feel sure that they had something on the boy, and when he wouldn't see it their way, they, well...
Yes, I know. But you're making fine progress, Hoppy. I hope our little plan doesn't backfire.
I don't think it will. I sold myself pretty solid to Madigan and his gang. And, of course, that little slap in the chin went a long ways toward convincing me.
I haven't any doubt about it.
Now, how am I going to get out of here and get back to the cantina?
I'll personally take you over to the jail, and on the way, you'll just escape.
Oh, simple as that, huh?
Yeah.
Ready?
All set. All right, Calhoun, I'll take him over to the jail.
Yes, sir.
Mount up and see if you can bring him back.
Say, how long you figure it'd take a fellow to saddle a horse?
Oh, about a couple of minutes under ordinary conditions.
These ain't no ordinary conditions, are they?
No.
Well, then supposing we take about 2 hours?
Suppose we take a couple of months.
Well, I see you brought in little boy Blue. All nice and comfy.
You're pretty good at double-crossing, aren't you?
Yes, and I'm not bad at this.
Oh, Miss Sue! Miss Sue! Hey, Miss Sue! Oh, Miss...
What is it, Tonto?
Listen, I was just down the barn doing my chores, and there's something awful funny going on down there.
What do you mean?
Well, somebody's trying to steal our supplies. They got a wagon backed up the door, and they're loading it up.
Probably out in a minute.
Yeah. I'll see you out in the front of the house. Those look like good. Those are good. Well, gee, money Christmas. Say, by golly, let's open one of these things, huh?
All right, I'll get a hammer.
One of the little ones, though. Wait a minute.
See you tomorrow night. Tell Madigan to send a couple of bottles back. I'll do that.
This outfit must be pretty smart.
Yeah. Plenty smart. Plenty smart.
You know who he is?
Sure. I do. But you don't.
No, I don't. You mind telling me who he is?
Sure. His name is What are you two doing here?
We brought over that Mason girl.
Why? What happened?
We found her and the old geezer that works for her nosing around those boxes. The girl's back in the storeroom.
Now, how she got wise?
Get out of here.
Will you help my brother get out of jail?
There's no time for that now. I had nothing to do with Tim's death. I'm trying to find out who did, and that's why I'm here. Tell me, what happened at your ranch? Sue, you've got to tell me or I can't help.
I never did like using that girl's place.
Well, the main thing now is to find out how much she knows and if she's talked to anybody.
Bring her in here, Drago. Get the men and clear out that barn. We're leaving here as soon as I've talked to her.
Crandall told you the boxes contain supplies?
He said they were to be used for the roundup.
Yes, it doesn't make sense.
What?
Crandall, it looks like he's the one that cracks the whip in this outfit. Sue, you get to Captain Jennings and tell him to have his men waiting at your ranch. Come on. Need me for anything? If not, I got some saddle mending to do.
Stay put. There's plenty on. We're clearing out the barn on the Mason Ranch, and we're leaving here as soon as I've talked to somebody.
That's going to be a pretty big job. We better get going.
I guess maybe you're right. My little talk can wait. What happened to you?
Somebody slugged me when I went in for the girl.
Did you see who it was?
No, but I've got a pretty good idea who it is.
Popping off again, huh?
You were running around loose about the time it happened. If we meet up with any rangers, it's going to be mighty unpleasant for you. Drago, it'll be your job to watch him.
Oh, that'll be fine.
I'm half hoping we'll meet up with some rangers.
Hurry it up, fellas. Let's go.
Good work, Hoppy. Thanks. You got a spare gun? Yes. Here you go.
guess things kind of caught up with me.
They usually do. You're cracked up pretty badly. You better tell me the truth about young Mason. He didn't try to get away. You shot him deliberately, didn't you? On Simon Crandall's orders.
Yes. Crandall, let me in.
What happened?
The girl got wise to what was going on at the ranch. We had her locked up at the cantina, but Cassidy got her out.
Where's Cassidy now?
I don't know.
So you let him make a fool out of you, didn't you?
Come on, let's clean out the vault and get started. What have you got to put the money in?
Why, I have a bag in my private office.
Wait a minute. How about using this one? Slick piece of double-crossing, Crandall. And you almost got away with it.
Crandall?
You're just in time, Ranger. Gunner Madigan came in here and tried to rob me. I had to shoot him.
So you killed your little playmate, huh? Get him up. All right. Get him up and keep him up.
That goes for you too, Ranger. Any objections to me plugging them, boys?
Don't talk, shoot, you fool!
Thanks, boys. Come on, Crandall, you're through. Hello? Hello in there.
Hello, Hoppy. Hello, California.
Where are you going? Out on patrol?
No, I've been given charge of a post at Lando.
Yeah, and that ain't all. He got promoted. Captain Cassidy.
Congratulations, Hoppy. You more than deserve it.
Thank you.
I guess that means I'll be leaving, too. Goodbye.
Don't stay away too long.
I won't.
I'll see that he doesn't.
Yeah, and so will I.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Say,
California. I got a whole chicken for you.
Well, thank you, sourdough. Say, you ain't got a frying pan I could borrow.
Come on, come on.
Bye, Hoppy.
So long.
Bye, Jimmy.
Goodbye. Look at there. He's lost Elsie now.